Warning, this podcast contains immersion.
Hello everyone, and welcome to the As Seen on TV podcast for The Walking Dead Season 8, Episode 8, How It's Gotta Be. I'm your host Clio, and with me I have Dom and John.
Hi all.
And immersion.
I was
we still have our bad decision count too.
My immersion! Oh yeah, leave it. That's fine. Just leave it.
It's gone.
Maybe we'll add to it. I was very surprised that the How It's Gotta Be line was Carl's. I was sure it was Negan's.
Oh yeah.
Just how it's gotta be. I expected him to say it just like that.
Yeah. Oh yeah. It sounds like it was written for Negan.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe he'll echo those words later. I would kind of like that.
That'd be cool. Yeah.
But it's Carl's line, and it comes in when Carl is lecturing Rick. We need to build a better future. You know, what we're doing is not enough.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I thought that was a very interesting scene.
Yeah, I was having trouble trying to see where it all fit in and everything, because it didn't seem like it was present day, because there was Carl and Rick were walking and they were talking, and then it in the middle of them talking it shows Rick with the trash people, and yeah. I'm like, so is this something that happened after the trash people? Or, I mean, it had to have, but...
A lot of that sequence, and affects a lot of stuff that happens later, isn't 100% clear.
Yeah.
Which is odd, because usually Walking Dead is very good about making sure if they ever do flashbacks, they make sure you know what's right, left from right.
Yeah.
They kind of didn't seem like they tried that hard to make us understand.
Well, they needed to fit in more panning shots of close-up faces.
Oh my god.
To finish the season's quota.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
And honestly, I didn't mind that, because the panning faces, that was what we saw in the first episode. But it doesn't seem like we've reached that part yet.
No.
No.
Confused. Yeah, so we're still looking ahead at those faces. That we haven't gotten there yet. Because, right, that's thick, bearded Rick, right? That's not...
Yeah.
That's still Rick's future.
Well, you're talking about the future scene with Weird Al playing? Yeah,
but not just that, because one of the slow panning face shots is Rick with a thicker, grayer beard.
Yeah, but Carl's alive, so...
Yeah, but I'm not talking about... No, because I'm not talking about the whole scene with Michonne. And I'm not talking about that.
I was just making a joke about how there's been lots of close-up panning shots of faces. You don't have to go into this.
There has been. No, but...
And I just hate it because it seems like it's fifth grade film school shit. So that's where I'm at. I feel nothing towards this.
We need them to put the camera on the ground and watch somebody walk toward the camera.
Yeah, at this point.
I think the most egregious example of that this episode was all of the long shots of Carl with the fire around him. It's like that took way too long to show us what we needed to see, which was him limping. All we needed to see was him limping, and they took way too much time with that.
And also, everyone can breathe through smoke grenades. Everyone's got magical respirators.
No problem.
Yeah.
I think our friend Rob encapsulated the comments on this show, this last episode best. He's just like, I just felt nothing. I was like, yeah. It's just like, oh, okay. He's dead. All right. Town's gone. All right.
I
mean, there was a large fan outcry for obvious reasons.
Really?
For the end, yeah. For Carl.
Carl dies, guys. Spoilers. Sorry, if you
no,
don't
he
watch the
didn't
show.
die.
if you
He's
didn't
not
know.
dead, but
He
he
didn't
will
die.
be.
He's as good as dead.
He's still got another episode.
He is as good as dead.
They could drag that out for another
That's
episode.
the way
Oh
it's
God,
got
I
to
fucking
be.
hope not.
No, they're gonna.
Gotta be.
They're gonna. We're gonna have one more episode with Carl.
Okay.
Easy.
They said it on.
He is on the fucking brink. He's been bit for 2 days at least.
They said he's gonna be on the next. Chandler's gonna be on the next Talking Dead, following his exit. So,
Okay. I mean, hopefully they don't drag it out too much.
yeah, I mean, the next episode is probably gonna pick up from the moment this one ended. You know, it's not gonna be like,
Yeah.
oh, it's been 3 months. You know.
I can't imagine that.
There's too much story to tell at this moment.
Yeah.
And before we go into Carl and all that, because that stuff's the bulk of the episode, let's talk about a very small portion of the episode, which I would like to add a couple points to the bad decision meter for this one. Because Aaron and Enid go to Oceanside because they needed to make sure that What's-His-Face didn't die for no reason, and then they kill Grandma.
Grandma pulled a gun.
What's
Don't
it
pull a
gun?
gun.
I thought it was
But
like a
they
sharpened
went-
stick.
Or a
It
knife.
was a stick. It was a knife. They have no guns left. Oceanside has no guns left.
What do you do with pulling knives?
Because Rick took... They're sneaking on their like, they were sneaking on Oceanside. What did you expect? I don't know.
Someone didn't check her flank
Yeah.
and
no,
pulled a
that's true.
knife. I mean,
It's true.
the fuck do you want? I don't feel bad for her. She's a fucking
No,
idiot.
no. I don't feel bad for her either. But they went to negotiate and they shot their leader. So
I think that's a good start. Establish dominance
that's
early.
the opposite. Because
It's just
literally
like
the only
peeing
one
into the center of the toilet. You got to hit the middle, so the noise, and you assert your dominance.
Exactly.
because the only person in Oceanside who they could have even had a prayer of bringing onto their side was Cindy. And guess what? They shot her grandmother. So they have no clue. They have no prayer, no clue. They have nothing.
No.
They're
And I feel
I'm
like
surprised they didn't just kill the two of them on the spot.
I mean,
I'm
I think
super surprised.
the next step, I think they realized, like, well, she was stupid enough to pull a knife on two people with a gun, but whatever. Hey, but I just feel like at this point, it's sort of like, all right, listen, I killed your grandma, and I get that. It sucks. But I could shoot you.
Well,
Let's
not now
talk.
they can't. Not now
Well,
they can't.
if they were better negotiators, they'd have the upper hand here, but they
You're
don't.
absolutely right. But they're fucking idiots.
Clearly, they need to go to debate school a little longer.
Oh, good lord. Yeah, no, that whole scene, I was just like, there was no point to this. No, none.
No.
They went to negotiate and they killed Grandma. A+. Job.
Yep.
Let's move on. That stupidity aside, now that we've addressed that, let's move on. So you see Carl's writing notes earlier. And I thought it was just...
Dear diary.
Yeah. I thought it was just, like, affirmations, maybe? Or, like, a letter just in case things went south. But he knew he was dying. So he was writing letters
JSS.
in case he didn't... Yeah, and I'm wondering, like, is JSS for Rick, or is that for Enid?
That's for
Did
Enid.
he write... Yeah, he probably wrote letters to a bunch of people.
Rick doesn't know what that means.
No. But maybe it's a sentiment he wishes to pass on to his dad. Like, I don't know.
He probably wrote a letter to everybody. You know,
Yeah, I would.
One for Michonne, one for Judith, one for his dad, one for Enid,
Yeah.
one for Daryl. Develop more language besides grunting and sweating.
And maybe stop doing dumb shit, please.
You mean
The motorcycle.
now you're talking about Rick's letter, right?
Yeah.
That's in everybody's letter.
Dad, communicate
Everybody
with your
has a
daughter.
clause in their letter. Stop doing dumb shit. Because, last couple episodes, everybody's done at least one
Well,
really
I mean, it's
fucking
just like
stupid thing.
communicate with your daughter on a more regular basis. Shave,
Yeah.
and you know, the grunting and sweating thing. Just if we could put a referendum on that. Simple, easy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Where
Easy stuff.
Where exactly do we stand with the trash people, by the way?
Thank God you mentioned it, because I almost forgot to say. So Rick starts getting shot at, and he's yelling orders, and he turns around, they're gone. They ran away. I'm like, Rick, what the fuck did you expect? Did he really expect them to stand by him? Like,
Well, she was like, this doesn't look like picture.
Yeah, because the zombies weren't there anymore.
Yeah, I don't know. They bailed. And
Yeah.
I'm just like,
Just bailed.
They started getting shot at, and they ran.
what is the
Like-
point of them now? Like, what purpose
None.
do they serve?
None!
Not me.
They are there to stab Rick in the back when Rick thinks he can trust them, because he fucking can't,
I
because
really
they're
liked
cowards.
them when we first met them. I really did.
Yeah, no, they're fucking superfluous now. The only way I'll accept seeing them again is if they go into their camp and they're all just mysteriously dead.
I don't know. There was a rumor for the longest time that they were actually the Whisperers. And if that is going to be the case, I'm going
There's
to be
no way
really
now.
upset.
There's no way
They're
now.
too stupid.
Yeah, exactly. They're fucking idiots. It is like luck and divine grace they have gotten this far. They have
Pretty
a
much.
fucking angel watching them.
I'm surprised the Saviors didn't just decide to take over their camp too.
Yeah, they cut a deal
Or
with
just
them.
like, I know they cut a deal, but why aren't they paying tribute like the rest of them?
Exactly. Because they probably looked and they're like, your only export is really shitty sculptures. No, thank you.
Nude art.
God, I just can't. There's no point.
Usually when you're doing nude art, you're not the one that's nude, it's your subject, but they get nude when they do
Well,
art.
technically, the cat is not wearing any clothing, so.
True. I just
Thank you for mentioning that, because I didn't write that in my notes because it was like 40 seconds in the
what do you do
episode.
now?
Huh.
It's like, what do you people do now?
Nothing. They don't do anything. They're the worst.
Yeah,
But anyway, Coral.
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 So Carl tells them to escape through the sewers. And he offers himself up. Which seems really brave. But also then again, we learn at the end knows he's dying, so
Can I tell you something great that
yeah.
ruined the moment for me?
Oh yeah.
So I was watching this show through the AMC app on my iPad because it wasn't on my TV on demand. And during the very first commercial break that the app version takes, it decided to show the television commercial that's like, if you missed the season finale of The Walking Dead, here's what happened, or the mid-season finale, here's what happened. And then it said, Carl got bit. Rick and fucking Negan fought. I'm like, we are 10 minutes in, and the fucking show ruined the show for me.
That is like a even more egregious
I
version
developed a very small aneurysm in the base of my spine. So that was good because it took a lot of the wind out of the episode. That didn't have a lot of wind to begin with.
Here's the
Thank
thing.
you, Amber.
Yeah, no, I was gonna say, it didn't have a lot of wind to begin with. Although it was spoiled for me too, in a less egregious way, though.
But it's like Carl got bit. I was like, oh, that's why he's acting like this. Thank you, AMC.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for the context.
Would you believe I made it 4 days after the episode aired without a spoiler and still watched it with, all the way through, no spoiler?
It's pretty good because I didn't make it 2 days.
That is real good.
Yeah.
I just didn't expect something so egregious to occur.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean that's the
What am I
CW
gonna
does
do?
that too.
Yeah.
I mean, it doesn't blatantly tell you exactly what happened, but it will show a preview for a future episode
Right.
of the show you're watching, and it's like, hello,
Please, sir.
I'm watching a past episode of this show. Could you not?
Yeah, that didn't help. But anyway, sorry. I just thought I would also mention that it
really
happened.
Just for
glad you
clarification
shared that.
purpose, though, when Carl got bit was when he was helping his buddy back
Yes.
to the
Yes.
camp, right? Okay.
Yes.
Yes, Sadiq.
Yeah.
Who has yet to prove himself a cool dude or not.
Yeah, is he worth
We'll
it,
have to
Carl?
find it.
Is he fucking worth it?
Well, now he better be.
Yeah, he has to be, because they're running out of cast members that actually matter. So
Yeah.
we didn't even name
And
the
here's
guy.
the thing. Here's the thing. It's not that the rate of loss to like gaining of new cool people, it's not a good ratio. Like past seasons of the show have lost people but gained cool people. Like T-Dog, Tyrese, we lost somebody cool, we got somebody cool. Or a couple cool.
Or they
people.
turned into someone cool.
Yeah.
Like
yeah.
Bob, like when he got some
Yeah,
stones.
Bob was an ass and then he was not.
Bob
Right.
or Bob backwards.
Or even Noah.
I forget. Oh God, Noah. I miss Noah. Yeah, no, you're right. But I just don't think it's keeping that momentum anymore.
Like meeting cool new people. And then,
Yeah.
well, I mean, I guess the thing with this is like we have so many people to cover now because we're following 4 communities
Yeah.
at once.
No,
so.
yeah, we are following 4 communities at once. Sanctuary counts.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. What were we talking about? I fucking forgot. I think I'm having the aneurysm now.
I don't know. I don't know what we're talking
I don't know,
about.
like
I
we
Carl!
we're not really too surprised either, though, because like
No.
we knew for a little while he wanted to go back to school or go to
That's
school,
right, yeah.
and stuff like that. This is something we found out a while ago, but apparently he changed his mind, and this is where a lot of people are flipping out. Like Hollywood Reporter had an interview with Chandler, and he said he was really, really disappointed with the decision. Because it deviates drastically from the comic book series. He wanted to stay on. This was not his choice. He said this was very devastating for him and his family. The show has been a huge part of his life for so long. And, they really didn't know what to do when they found out because they literally just bought a house in Georgia. It was a huge, huge house that they bought. And they couldn't undo it. Like, it was already bought. But he said now that now that's going through, he's going to go through with his original plan and go to college and do, some different stuff in LA and whatnot that he wanted to do that he wouldn't have been able to do otherwise. And there was a picture I saw of him recently too. I'm going to see if I can find it. With his nice new haircut. So, let's see
good
if
for
I can
him.
find it.
I mean, that's a shame for him because because I guess he would have been like, oh, I'll just take the next semester off and so I could film the show, blah blah blah. But now it's like,
Yeah.
ruined your plans, boy.
Yeah.
But I'm still like, because we were talking about it last time, we're like, all right, this is going to be the end for Daryl, and nope. I mean, I was kind of hoping to be him, but I guess not.
All right.
I mean, I enjoyed the whole. I kind of enjoyed the whole sequence with Dwight just being a blatant dingus.
Yeah.
To like in front of his comrades. It's like, what are you doing, man? This seems strange. I'm like, hello, guys.
And I mean, none of them even realize that's, oh my God.
Wow.
Until you zoomed in, he looked like Tom Holland.
Thank God he got a haircut. He looks much better now.
Yeah.
Good
Well,
on you,
I
kid.
think also the long hair, especially in the show, they make it greasy because,
It's hot.
yeah. it gets greasy. So
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks good.
Good for him.
I wouldn't have even recognized him, to be completely honest.
No, it would have taken
No.
me a while. Anyway, the fuck was I saying again? I'm losing track of my.
I think
brain.
I brought up Dwight, but
Yes.
I don't know on that.
Yeah, his none of them even realized, even had an inkling he was the traitor until he was literally shooting them all.
Yeah.
Except for the one that got away, and she's definitely gonna tattle.
The one that got away. That sounds really bad.
She is. She did. She got away though.
Yeah. But he, basically was just like, oh, I have to join you now because if I go back, I'm dead.
Yeah.
Which, understandable. So.
And very, very true.
Well, is it? Because they just killed everybody that knew, so he
No,
could technically go back.
No, the blonde woman got away.
We'll just kill
He
her.
didn't kill her.
Just find her and kill her.
Well, they didn't.
We'll do it.
I think that's the only reason Dwight said you have to take me in, because she got away.
Yeah, but then they were invited to a sewer and they don't want to say no, so
Yeah.
But can we have
And
Dwight
we
and Daryl
were-
in the same camp? Is that possible?
They're gonna get into a fist fight.
he took his vest back.
Took his vest back. I was surprised. I didn't think he'd want his vest back. Maybe he's just gonna burn it.
I think he just didn't want him to have it.
Exactly. Yeah.
Right. It's more of like, you can't have this.
It's like, not that I want it back, but I don't want you to have it.
Yeah, I'm surprised he didn't lick it and be like, it's mine now.
Lick things to claim them as your own.
Yes.
Yes. Very much.
But it makes sense now. Bringing Dwight into the camp is going to give Daryl a little more of a purpose, some more story elements and stuff like that. Because we were struggling to see where the hell Daryl was going, from here.
Yeah.
Exactly.
There was that big conflict between Rick and Daryl, and it's how do you play that out? Okay, well, you have Carl get bit. Now it doesn't matter anymore.
Right. Yeah.
You know?
That's actually true.
So
It's like, who cares?
And I wonder if Rick is gonna take any of Carl's advice.
I would hope so.
Because I can see this going very bad for Sadiq. Because I can see Rick going off the handle. It's like, my son is dead because of you.
Oh, I
Because
can
he
almost
tried to
guarantee that
help
line is coming up at some point.
Yeah. So, that's gonna be fun. Not
Yeah.
fun.
He's
No?
gonna have survivor's guilt.
Mhm.
Sadiq? Oh, for
Yeah.
sure. It's like this kid tried to bring me into his community and got killed because of it.
Yeah.
And Rick's gonna be a tool about it, probably.
Because I'm sitting there thinking, this whole time, maybe, they found some way to, pump him full of antibiotics to, prevent the infection from doing what it does, because, they have access to more medicine now than they've ever had before, kind of deal. I'm like, maybe there's going to be some way, and then when I watched The Talking Dead following it, they pretty much finalized it, and they're like, no, they're trying to get confirmation that he's gonna die, and though they didn't outright say it, they said it's gonna play out like every other bite does.
Mm-hmm.
So
He develops superpowers.
Yeah, so without actually saying he's gonna die, they said
Zombie
he's gonna die.
boy.
Maybe he just ends up being like that. What's that movie with the zombie that fell in love with the girl? Just be
Warm
like
Bodies.
that with him and Enid.
Yeah,
That would be great.
it's gonna be fucking great.
What would be good though is if they did find some kind of cure for it, and they simultaneously gave Carl a haircut on the show, and they're just pulling the wool over all of our eyes, and he's not really gonna die. I would be completely fine with that, just for the record, but
They've said there's no taking that back.
I just can't imagine what. I mean, it's really. I really didn't think they would do this because, this really was kind of the Rick and Carl show.
yeah. Especially
At least in the comics.
especially
And
in the
I know
comics,
I've been wanting them to deviate more from the comics, but this was not.
This
This
is
is
not
not it.
exactly what we were talking.
It's not it.
When we're done with things talking about this episode, what the fuck would fix this show at this point?
Nothing.
It ending.
A tie-in.
I'm sorry, is that too
no,
harsh?
no, tie-in with Resident Evil. Boom.
Shut up. Yes.
I just fixed the show.
That would do it.
Alice busts in, kills everything.
No, like Resi 7. We gotta go like dark on this one.
Okay, all right. Ma.
Crazy swamp creatures.
Ma comes in with her bug vagina.
Yeah, good stuff. Oh, but they could heal
Sorry,
Carl
whenever
with the
anyone
goop.
mentions RE7,
They could
that's
just
all I
use
can
the
think
goop.
of.
Because they use the goop and it reattaches your severed hand, so it's got to be able to cure zombie bites, right?
Yeah, use the goop.
The heal goop.
Heal goop.
It'll work.
The good goop.
No, I honestly I don't know, but like I don't hate this show as much as everybody else does. Like I just don't I don't hate it, but I don't like it. I'm just numb to it, you know?
Yeah, I'm sick of it.
Exactly.
So
I'm sort of over it.
I mean, I'm just here for the ride at this point, and whatever they do, they do, and I'm not going to be upset with or you know, I might still be happy about something, but I'm never going to be upset about anything the show does at this point.
Right. Like, I think we've all just become cynical about it. It's just sort of like, all right, it's happening.
Like, if the next episode opens up with, like, Rick hanging himself, like, I'm not even going to be upset.
Jesus
you know?
Christ!
No, I'm just saying, like, that's not what I want him to do by any means, but I'm just like, that's how numb I am to the show.
I'm on the ride, banging on the glass, asking them to let me off, and they're like, "Nah, bitch, you got to do a podcast."
So,
yeah, no.
It's
but
just
the numbers are still plummeting. I mean, it's not getting any better for them.
It's bad. No, yeah, it is. I mean, before we really talk about like the ratings and that sort of shit, I want to talk about something we brought up last week, which is altruism in the show, like true heroism.
Mm.
And
it's sorely lacking.
Yeah, because I know, John, you mentioned it, and I also wanted this for Dwight to really do something heroic, and it's still just him protecting his own ass. Like, it's not wanting to do anything for anyone else. And I was really disappointed in that.
Yeah. I don't know if it's ever, at this point, like, I was really hoping for something like that.
And I mean, you know what? That might be something that could save this show. In a show that's gone out of its way to say heroes die, your moral compass will die every time. That's why Carl's dead.
Yeah.
He was the moral compass for like 40 seconds.
Yeah.
They've spent so much time saying that heroes die. So I think shock us, give us a real hero that lives.
It'd be nice.
Rick doesn't count.
They can't all
not count.
Rick doesn't count.
How does Rick not count?
He's no hero. He's an action star.
So he's Tom Cruise.
More or less. But like without the couch jumping, you know, Scientology nonsense.
Oprah
But, yeah.
crushing.
Yeah. Just body slam Oprah. But
yeah,
like
we're at a point. We're at a point.
Like,
oh yeah, no.
No one. The problem is that just no one feels good. Like the only good person in the show is Jerry.
Jerry!
And Jerry got kidnapped and beat up.
Jerry got kidnapped! So I was sitting there watching the first 15 minutes of this episode going, they could not do a single thing to any character that I would care about, and then they bring out Jerry, and I was like, they literally did the one thing to the one character that I care about.
You spoke too soon.
I really
Yeah.
I literally a few minutes before they dragged Jerry out was thinking that. Where it's like, I don't care. And then they dragged Jerry, I was like, I care. Jerry's the only one.
They're just trying to show you that
Jerry.
you still have some emotion attachment left to the show.
I do. And I mean, I love
Jerry.
Carol and Ezekiel too.
Yeah.
I would be very upset.
I mean, that stuff.
For them.
I will say, like, that was like what went on with basically everything outside Alexandria was cool. Like, fucking Maggie just fucking shot a guy.
Yeah,
Gets shot.
Even more for me, like, before the Carl reveal happened, like, they cut to the Talking Dead, and they're just like, oh, you know, coming up, you know, on the Talking Dead, and sitting here on the couch, we have Greg Nicotero, we have, or not Greg, was it? I don't know. One of the guys. I think the producer or whatever. That guy was sitting there, and then someone else, and then Ezekiel was there. And like Ezekiel being there, like he had just bombed like the bus thing, like he had just done that before the commercial cut.
Right.
So I was like, oh, don't even tell me this episode's going to be Ezekiel's death. Like, why is he on the couch? So that's what I was thinking. So the Carl thing kind of did take me a little bit by surprise.
Yeah.
In that regard, because I'm like, wait, if Carl's gonna die, I'm expecting Chandler to be on the couch, you know, but he wasn't. So.
And I think, I mean, I kind of assumed Ezekiel wouldn't be a problem because they've already said like they don't want him dead.
Mm-hmm.
They don't want him, Maggie, or Rick dead. They want them alive to, you know, make an example.
Yeah.
But that moment where he closes the door and Carol's on the other side, I was just like, eh.
No, it wasn't Greg Nicotero. It was Scott Gimple.
Scott Gimple, that's right.
Scott Gimple.
Yeah, but back to heroism just for a hot sec, because I think this is a point that...
Back to heroin real quick.
Back to heroin, just for a quick minute. When Carl's talking to Negan, he's pleading mercy for the children of Alexandria. And Negan brings up a great point. Like, there were our children in Sanctuary. There is a baby that currently has been kidnapped.
Yeah.
We're at a point where our heroes don't deserve to ask that.
See, in
don't
the running...
deserve to say, think about the children. You've done some shit now. You don't get to say that.
Well, the running theory for a little bit, too, was that Judith wasn't going to make it through this episode. Because Judith does die in the comics.
She never made it out of the prison.
Yeah, so that was a long time ago, so they just figured they moved it a little bit. And what a lot of people were speculating is in that Rick flash forward sequence, that was actually the baby from the camp.
Oh.
That it wasn't Judith because the toy that baby has is in that flashback. So people were thinking, oh, Judith doesn't make it, and Rick just kind of adopted this kid kind of thing.
How are we going to reconcile that flashback? Or flash forward, I'm sorry.
It just seems like it was a fever dream. That's really... Which
is a little upsetting.
Yeah.
The show doesn't really do that.
Well, they kind of pulled that nonsense last season with the beginning of, like, you know, the dinner that could have been with Glenn and Abraham still alive. So.
Oh, yeah, and they did that with Fear of the Walking Dead as well with the Christmas dinner.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
See, unless.
It just feels a lot different than those scenes.
Yeah, I was gonna say unless this is kind of like a Lost ending.
I
don't know. Yes.
The way you just cackled and then just straight deadpan came back to yes. Yeah. That was fantastic, Clio.
Oh,
it's a solid point. I agree with you completely.
You know.
Oh.
But like
absolute. That's a great fucking dumbass way to end this show, and I'd be okay with it. I'd be okay with that.
Yeah, and I'm not saying like the ending was lost. I'm saying like the TV show lost for clarification purposes. Yeah, anybody who's confused as to what I'm saying.
The television show lost.
Yeah.
Which was dumb for that show, but you know, whatever.
It was okay.
I could go on about the ending of that show, but I won't. Yeah, no, that'd be great if like everybody's just already dead. So
they're not. So they're not. Because, dude, Maggie just killed a guy.
Yes. Talk shit, get shot. Let's talk about Maggie.
I thought it was talk shit, get bit.
It is. Well, now it's talk shit, get shot.
We need something that rhymes with shot.
Talk shop, get shot.
Just talk about the episode. This is not going anywhere.
The Hilltop gets a pretty good deal. they could have just killed most of them there. And it would have been...
Boycott, get shot. Boom. I don't know.
It does not work. Anyway, the Saviors could have just killed most of them and then sent, the farmers back. But they kill one person and send them all back. That's a pretty good deal.
Yeah.
Things considered.
Yeah, and I love the internal struggle you see, because she does it, she kills the guy, and then she just, walks off, and you think she's alright with it, and then you kind of see she's having a breakdown, and she's leaving, but she's got to suck it up,
Yeah.
I really love that. She did.
And she does suck it up, because the next time we see her, she walks back out to the coffin they've put this, the prisoner in. We have 38 more.
Yep.
We can do this all day.
Really
and they are the farmers, so they're gonna be pretty well stocked, unless the Saviors did what they did to Alexandria and just start launching grenades.
Yeah.
Depends on how they react to finding the coffin.
Yeah, we'll see how they react. My guess is not well.
No,
not well. But I think of all the options Maggie had for fighting back, that's the best one.
Yeah.
Yeah, got these prisoners. Might as well use them. Jesus is going to disagree, but frankly, I'm over him, so...
I fucking agree. She did the right thing, and Jesus can suck it. And I like how she picks the one that tried to kill him, too.
Yep.
She picks Pea Pants.
Pea
Pants. And shoots him, so... It's not even like Jesus can, really say he didn't do anything. It's like, well, he literally did try to kill you.
Yeah.
So
and Tara. So.
He did something. And just they need to put a gag on Gregory, because every time they walk past, he says some stuff, and I'm just like, shut up. Shut up.
He'll be dead soon.
You'll be dead soon. We can only hope.
That's my thought. But I mean, Ezekiel was cool too this episode.
Yeah.
I
didn't mind him.
He put his big boy pants back on. He sucked it up. And
that was cool. Just light a fire, get everyone out. Also, that lady who just throat
picks
punched
up the gun.
Dude man and got the gun.
Yeah.
She's my best friend now.
Thank you. Yes, queen.
Yeah.
Pop. Give me that.
Eugene promised to make more ammo.
Okay, let's talk about Eugene.
That's Scooch.
That's Scooch. So let me see if I get this right. He has a bottle of, it's wine, right? That's wine.
From what I can tell,
it's yes.
That he's drinking like it's liquor. He starts chugging it, but he only chugs this much, and then it's he's so. I don't understand. Is his tolerance that low, or is it
could be, or maybe it's moonshine of some sort.
Maybe it looked so much like wine, and then he started chugging it like liquor, and I'm just like, what's happening? And even when he pours himself a shot, it's very red. I'm like, that's got to be wine. Why is he?
Yeah, the moonshine might be a good idea. I don't know. It's because
moonshine could literally be whatever color you want it to be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's in I don't know. They went out of their way to make it red and look like it's in a wine bottle. He just can't hang.
I don't know. If I was making moonshine in the apocalypse and I saw a wine jug like that, I'd probably put it in that. So I don't know. It's hard to tell.
It is. It's just something that I've been thinking about the last few times he's done it, where it's just been what are you doing exactly? Doesn't even matter. He helps Gabriel. Helps kind of.
It's more to clear his conscience than anything.
Yeah, because he gives the guard at the base of the staircase, I think he said, he gave him the shits, basically.
Yeah, supplied him with some kind of laxative.
Yeah. So now a severely ill man has to get a doctor out of this compound, which is made a little easier now that there aren't as many zombies outside.
Oh, yeah.
And he left them a car
Yeah.
to get out with.
Yeah.
And then accidentally dropped the keys on the ground.
Very, very smooth.
You know, that was definitely to clear his conscience. And also, we're, back to heroism. Not really. It's
He's not quite there.
selfish kind to just ease his conscience. Yeah. I think he's proved he's not gonna be there. Unless there's some real shift in his power.
I think that's what's gonna happen.
Power? Character. That's the word I was looking for.
I think it's gonna happen, though. I think he's gonna see more and more that the saviors are on the losing side, and he's gonna switch.
But there again is the same Dwight conundrum where it's not heroism, it's self-preservation.
Yeah, well, we know that's Eugene's MO.
It really is. It's a little shit.
But it's hard to say because we're the onlookers. But it's hard to say
that's true.
who amongst, I'm not saying necessarily us, but just in general, people of the apocalypse, how many of these people would exist out there? I'm gonna be honest, I think it's more people than you'd realize that would do the exact same thing Eugene is doing.
Oh yeah.
So I can't really blame him. I can't.
Yeah, no, I don't. It's probably realistic, but realism doesn't always make for good.
Oh yeah, I'm not denying that.
Yeah.
He's still one of my favorite characters.
At least he's doing stuff.
He's true to himself. He's always true to himself, and that's what I like.
He's honest, at least most of the time.
Yeah, I'm really surprised, well, I mean, I guess I'm expecting, the ghost of Abraham to come to him in his dreams and be like, be ashamed of what you're doing,
Just like Bisquick.
Sure.
Mother Dick.
But I feel like if anything, even a confrontation with Rosie or something, just to be like, where the fuck is your moral center, asshole?
She's done with him.
She is, you're right.
She doesn't owe him that. That's the thing, no one really does.
No.
Gabriel was kind enough to extend that courtesy towards him, but...
Yeah.
No, I meant in a fever dream, sort of, not actual Rosie coming to him, but a vision of Rosie, or... Yeah, I don't know. I really don't know. It's Eugene.
Mm-hmm.
So Rick and Negan fight in this episode.
Could have killed him.
I almost forgot to mention it because it lasted a minute.
Yeah.
And it was very unimpressive.
Do you ever shut up?
Well, actually, that was the funniest line in the episode.
Oh yeah.
No, I don't.
No, I don't. Well played, sir. Well played.
Just throw him right to the window.
I'm not wrong. Rick could have killed him, right?
Yeah.
He had Lucille. He could have just bashed his fucking head in.
Yeah.
I've been done with this.
Yeah.
When he touched Lucille, it gave Negan the roid rage to knock it out of his hand. Don't you touch her!
Well, then continue stepping on his face until it stops talking and breathing and moving. And then you win. I don't know.
I mean, there's so many things in
because maybe it's because I'm thinking like me. You come into my house, you swing a fucking bat at me, you don't walk out of my house. That's the rules, man. That's how this fucking works, brother. I don't care if we're the apocalypse or not. You come into my house, you swing a bat at me, you don't leave.
Well, I mean,
you could leave.
But it's going to be in a bag.
It's not going to be the same way you came in.
Things will have been rearranged.
You might have to crawl out with assistance in cuffs or a body bag. Yeah. But either way,
who swings bats?
Walking out.
It's not your house, sir. Stop it.
Well, I mean, we've seen Negan in Rick's house before. he does think it's his house. Negan owns all of this, especially in his mind. Like, he thinks it's all owed to him.
I'm so shocked that Negan didn't have a gun on him.
I'm so shocked that Negan can get away with half the shit that Negan does.
Well, it's true too. But
I
kind of like want to rewatch that scene again just to be like, could he have ended this? Because I feel like he could have, but I don't know.
Negan was so built up, and I feel like he's so drastically different in the comics.
Yeah.
Because
I mean, I don't even read the comics, and I fucking know he's different.
Because I don't feel like he would have gained this popularity if this is what he was like in the comics.
No, I don't think so either.
He's not that conniving.
He's not. And he's not that interesting. And the moments of interesting stuff we get from Negan is very quickly washed aside. And he's just like a condescending douchebag again. Like, which is fine. Like, if you're a condescending douchebag, that's, who you are.
Yeah.
Live your dream, but
it's my question is like, why does he command so much respect? There's very little, like, because at least when you had someone like the governor, he put up a front of like this kind, gregarious man.
Yeah.
Like, helped build a town, and he's like seemed genuine on the outside that he wanted to build a community, like to save the world, and he built a very nice community with egalitarianism and people who were basically just fucking slaves.
Yeah.
But like, I don't get, like, not that I want an Origins episode, but like, how the fuck did he pull this off?
Like,
he's just nothing but a prick, and he's one guy with a bat.
Yeah.
Like, he's not even that tough.
I definitely want an entire episode dedicated to Negan pre-apocalypse.
Pre-apocalypse Negan. But like, we got a little backstory about like his wife, whatever. Fine.
Which was so interesting, and I wish they riffed a little more on that.
Yeah. But like, there is no indication that like he is even a skilled leader.
Yeah.
No, I think there's a lot of evidence. There's a lot of evidence he is a really shit leader because he set up this society that very easily falls apart when he is absent.
Yeah.
We saw that happening, which I thought was a very good episode for like the political intrigue and bullshit in it, which I thought was really good.
Sure.
But it's like you set this up. This was your design. By design, you set this thing up to fail if you are gone.
He built a castle on toothpicks,
Yeah.
Like,
did he want that? If he wanted that, why is he saying all this shit about I saved these people? Look how great I am. Let me jerk off in front of you.
No one believes you. Not even he does.
Yeah, I don't know.
Like, you can tell he's just saying it just to be a scooch.
Yeah, I feel like there's a missing piece that would make Negan make sense, and I don't even know if the writers know what it is. That is definitely not throwing shade on the writers. That's just a speculation I have.
Like, why wasn't there a mutiny sooner?
I guess Negan inspires that much fear?
There was never enough people to go against him, I don't think.
Maybe.
There was the same amount of people.
Right, but not enough people showing that they wanted to go against him is my point.
I see.
Yeah, I mean,
and there wasn't a cause. He kept the lights on.
Yeah.
When the lights went off was when everyone was upset.
Yeah. It took a big group like Rick who have had life, outside this that weren't under his thumb. Because how long was Negan controlling these other groups? We don't know for sure, but it seems like
Hilltop probably forever, and the Kingdom, he wasn't controlling them. He was just a shadow.
Right,
over
but I mean,
them.
still, how much was he involved in interacting with them? Probably early on in their conception, and he got in right off the bat, and this is how it is, and he has his own group, and that's just the way things operate. But Rick's the first group to come along and be like, we know what it's like without that, like.
Yeah.
So that's why it took that long.
Yeah. Yeah, probably. it really feels like he, by design, made it so that it would fail without him.
Kinda, but he also set up the "We Are Negan" thing, so it's almost as if he's not there, then he's still there.
Still there, yeah. Yeah, I don't know. It didn't fall apart enough to see whether the I Am Negan thing is strong enough to control.
I'm still hoping that he's not the real Negan, though.
Ha 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 ha! Oh, is it like a Dread Pirate Roberts thing? And it just passed? It's a title passed? Yo.
Well, I'm like, he's portrayed as the leader right now, but they're all Negan, so I'm really hoping that the real Negan is the one above him that we haven't met yet.
He's played by Ving Rhames.
Yeah.
Or he's dead. I mean, the real Negan might just be dead, if that's the case.
No, a real big twist. It's played by Jensen Ackles.
Yo. And it's a reverse father-son thing.
And it's actually it's this Negan's father. Yep. Paul Robin Hood Men in Tights.
Yes.
Yep.
I'm into it.
Okay. I think, you know what? Walking Dead, just fucking do it. Jump that shark. Jump that beautiful shark. Just sail across the moon. Just do it.
Become the stupid you're always meant to be.
I can tell you want to. Just fucking do it.
Just do it.
Get all Italian on you.
And just embrace the stupid.
Embrace the stupid.
Yep.
It'll go better for you. Promise.
Have
a zombie who actually knows how to use a machine gun.
Yo, though.
Fuck it. Have a guy in a trench coat with a rocket launcher. Just do Nemesis. Just fuck it. I don't care.
Just cross the Matrix over while we're at it.
Or I want a boss fight every episode now.
I want everything in bullet time, so bring the Matrix in.
Like a real boss fight.
Thank you. Perfect.
Yeah.
Health bars and everything.
So, we're at the end of this half of the season, and I think it's time we talk consequences.
There's no consequences.
Are there?
There's none. They're all gone.
The show has been hemorrhaging viewers. It's the worst ratings it's been for a mid-season finale.
Since season 2. Since season 2. Right?
Ever. No, ever.
Season 2 was the worst.
Yeah.
Season 2 finale.
Season 2 drew a total audience of 6.62 million viewers for the finale. And this one, I believe, was just under that. 7.89.
Oh, right? I see.
So this is the lowest since season 2. Mm-hmm. Which, funny enough, that episode was called Pretty Much Dead Anyway.
Pretty much.
The show's already been renewed for 2 more seasons prior to this season.
Yeah.
It's in their contract. So if things continue on with that, we are up to season 10. And that's it.
Hey, listen. Season 10's a good place to end as any.
I agree.
I think that would be fair.
So,
look, they had a good run. It's just 2 seasons in a row.
It happens though. Any show, you look at any show, and any show as it gets this deep in, you start losing people.
Yeah,
you start losing.
And they have a hard time keeping it interesting.
Look at one of Cleo's favorite shows.
Arrow?
Dare I mention the Winchesters?
Supernatural?
Yeah.
You can mention Supernatural. It's not like Lord Voldemort. It's not like you can't say the name.
No, I can't say it. Because then Clio turns into Lord Voldemort. We're in season 13, and Clio fell off 2 seasons ago. She was starting to waver in season 10, and 2 seasons ago she kind of fell off. And, me personally, I think the show only got better the last 2 seasons, which ironically were the 2 seasons that Clio has not watched at all. Yeah. But
I'm never gonna watch it.
No, I know.
Well, no, I'm sorry. I can't say never.
You'll probably one day go back when the whole series is done and binge watch the whole thing. But
I am.
But usually shows, when they go a certain length, they step over something, and for certain people that's the line that you just can't step back over, and it can never come back around. Some shows, they do turn it around, but they still alienated those people that walked off and they won't come back, kind of thing. Either way, the show's at that point, and it's getting there.
It's what was that thing with like the old wrestling show? I forget which one it was, but like the producers were saying, like, when you're running hot, you can do no wrong.
Yeah.
But when you're running cold, you can do no right.
Yeah.
And I think these problems have been brewing with their narrative for a while.
Mm-hmm.
And it was brewing when it was still doing very well.
Yeah, because Negan was a known character. Like, he was coming.
He was a wanted character, too.
He was a wanted character. And everyone was waiting for him to get here, and he got here, and
on top of that, they got the perfect person to cast him. Like, you
Jeffrey
couldn't
Dean Morgan
ask for anyone better than Jeffrey Dean Morgan to play
Absolutely.
Negan. You couldn't.
Absolutely. But I don't think, and this is not their writer's fault necessarily, but I don't think you can ever live up to the hype that was generated. It's like Half-Life 3. It's never going to be as good as people want it to be.
Yeah. It's like a new Star Wars movie.
When has that come out? But, you know what I mean? Like, it's really hard to get out of this kind of rut, because now it's at the point where they could maybe make, like, this season, I think we even acknowledged, was not all bad so far. It was better than the last season.
Yeah, that's for sure.
It's not making a difference. It's not good enough.
Nope.
Honestly, I would only say that those 2 episodes, I think it was 3 and 4, were better. The rest of it,
Yes.
Okay. No, I disagree with you. Season 7 was all over the place. It was like every episode was from a different camp, and we're just like, when are we going to go? We were complaining way more about Season 7 than you remember. We were like 6 episodes deep, and we're like, what is even going on right now?
Yeah.
No, I remember, because I still feel the grump. It's embedded in my soul when I watch this show.
This season has been significantly better. This season has been significantly better. That doesn't mean that it's improved our outlook on the show, but it's significantly better than 7.
Okay. You know what, I'll give you that. I have the hate blinders right now. It's not incredibly fair, but like I think I've made my opinions clear.
Yeah. Maybe cinematographically, I don't know how you would say that. Cinematographically, I don't know. Yeah, anyway,
I've never used it in that context before.
They shot the show bad this time. There's been a lot of really fucking fucking avant-garde art student bullshit shots that are just completely unnecessary.
And I think I need to mention
it's like M. Night Shyamalan
took on the reins. But you know the ones I mean.
Yeah, like, no, exactly.
It's just like this slow fucking pan of Carol's face. It's like
she's
a lovely woman.
The entire Carl going through, there was too much of Carl going through Alexandria with the fire behind him.
Well, that's what I mean by like M. Night Shyamalan, because if you remember in like his early movies, like Unbreakable and stuff like that, he's filming Bruce Willis like 3 rows ahead in the train car, and he's got the camera like moving between the seats, trying to follow him, and it's like, what is going like between the armholes of the seats, you know what I mean? Like, it's filming between that. I'm like, what is going on? He's like cutting between 2 people having a dialogue, shifting the camera back and forth between that. Looked really weird. But yeah, there's been some strange shots. I mean, it's whatever though.
And that last like pan after Carl reveals his bite just really slowly pans out. And then it cuts to The Talking Dead, where Chris Hardwick is like okay, I'm sure he still loves the show, and this is not a shade on him. It's just like he's overhyped for it. Like just like, we're all gonna remember, this is seared into our brains, this is so tragic. It's like, I felt nothing. I don't know what you're talking about. I'm sure some people out there
did though.
Yeah, no.
Sure.
I'm sure as well. It's just, it was not presented in a way that made me feel anything.
Yeah.
And the just whenever, the week before's promo for this episode was like the epic, everyone's gonna be talking, so epic.
Don't you dare tell me to like something, because then I will immediately not like it. Don't you, like, that is just rule number one. Don't fucking tell me I'm gonna you're gonna like it. So
yeah, I don't know, man.
Then I'll just hate it out of spite.
Then you're just gonna be like, this did not go the way that you're gonna expect.
This is not going to go the way you think. Thank you, Luke.
If you ever need notes for good acting, Mark goddamn Hamill will not steer you wrong. But anyway.
Joker, best role he's ever had. That's my Joker. You can have your Jack Nicholson.
I just want him to play a live action Joker.
I know. He did so good as the trickster on The Flash.
He did.
That's proof he'll make a good Joker.
He did.
Anyway, I'm sorry. This is The Walking Dead, and I think we're done talking about it. Dom, where can the people find you?
You can find me down below at Phenomenon. PHENOMEDOM.
Phenomenon. I love it!
I knew you got one. I was just waiting to
what
see
is
it.
It's an automaton?
Yeah.
Oh, that's the
You've
thing.
Never seen one before?
No, I have. I haven't seen one so cute before.
They're fun.
That's the thing Harpo Marx has. Yay, John, where can they find you?
You can find me with much less interesting musical instruments at No More No Bar on
Just
Twitter.
The drums.
It's not bad.
Math Green is all the way over there. You can find me at Clio Moto, and you can find all of us at ASOTV Podcast on Facebook, Twitter, Gmail, Google+. Right here on YouTube and Twitch. Twitch is live, YouTube is VODs. And go on our Discord. Come chat about stuff like this show, maybe.
It's the hype
Bye-bye.
The hype pipe. Get on it.
I have too many musical instruments on my desk.
That is awesome.
You have the correct amount.
I need more. I need a kazoo and a harmonica next.
Get on it, people.